welcome to lesson 55 on multiplying by three-digit numbers. When we multiply by a three-digit number, we multiply 3 different times. We're going to multiply by the ones, then by the tens, and then by the hundreds. And then we're going to do just what we did when it was 2 digits. We're going to add up all the products. So for example, we have 234 times 123. In this problem, I'm going to multiply by the ones of the second number, which is 3. So I'll do 234 times 3. And if I did that, I would get 702. And then I'm going to multiply by the tens place value, which will be 20. And I'll get 4,680. And then I'll multiply by the hundreds place value, which in this case is 1, so 100. And I'll get 23,400. And then my last step will be to add 702, 4,680, 23,400, and my final answer would end up being 28,782. But do we need to write out all these different problems across like this and then add them up? No. Of course, we don't need to do that. Instead, we're going to combine them all together into one problem down here and solve it just like this. So here we go. Ready? We're just going to be working with the ones to start like we did with 2 digits. So 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And there's our 702 like we got before. Now I'm going to go to the tens place. And remember that when we go to the next place value, we got to put our 0 here, our placeholder, so that way we remember that we're going right into the tens. And I'm actually also going to cross both of those off so I don't get myself confused. So now I have 2 times 4, which is 8. 2 times 2 times 3, which is 6. And 2 times 2, which is 4. Now for my hundreds, okay, I'm going to do the same thing I did before with a 0 to keep my place, but I don't just want to go to the tens place, I want to go to the hundreds place. So I put 2 0 placeholders in, and now I'm going to do my hundreds. So I have 1 times 4, 1 times 3, 1 times 2. And notice how important it is to keep these in columns. Okay, if you don't line up your numbers, you are going to add wrong and get the wrong answer. And you don't want to do all this multiplication work and get it wrong because you just added at the end wrong. So my final step is to add all these together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 8. 6 and 4 is 10, so 17. 4 plus 3 is 7, so 8. 2. 28,782. And look, if I check it with what we got before, that is the same answer. So there you go. That's how you multiply by 3-digit numbers. Let's try another one. Actually, I think you might be ready to do that one by yourself. So go ahead and rewatch the video if you're confused at all on how I got there. It's really important to keep them lined up because I want to see if you're able to do it. But let me do example C with you because it is money, so it is a little bit different. And this type of problem actually wasn't included in your textbook because it's going to teach you a different rule about decimals, but I figured we could handle it together. So here we go. 4 times 5, right now I'm just multiplying by the ones. 4 times 5 is 20. 2 times 5 is 10, 11, 12. 1 times 5 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. Okay, now I'm going to go to the tens place value. You put my 0 there to hold the value. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 2 is 14, 15, 16. 7 times 1 is 7, 8. Now I'm going to do 2 zeros to hold my place value for the hundreds and cross those off so I don't get confused. So we have 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 2 is 6, 7. And 3 times 1 is 3. Okay, now I'm going to add down. So I have 0, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 9, 16. Okay, and now this is my tricky part. When I'm multiplying with decimals, in the past, they've only ever shown you how to do money times a regular number, so there's only 2 decimal places, and that's why the new decimal place has only been 2 in. I'm going to show you this here because you're going to learn about it a few lessons from now, and it's a good preview. But the way that you do this is whenever you're multiplying, adding and subtracting, you bring your decimal place right down in the same spot. But for multiplying decimals, it's different. You're going to count how many numbers are behind the decimal places, and then you're going to move that many decimal places in from the right. So ready? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 total decimal places, which means I'm going to start here and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places. And so my answer is $4.65. So there's some fun stuff for you, something that you're going to learn in just a few lessons. So now you've seen what's to come. So go ahead and try that example B and get to work. I'll see you tomorrow.